chip, a hot dog, a hamburger, a racing program. If you don't have one, borrow one from your neighbor, and let's send these big block modifieds off at this legendary House of Power on 100 grueling laps of excitement. As our good friend Jack Burgess used to say, you gotta have a favorite out here tonight, and it's gonna tell the whole story in 100 laps. Hey, backstretch driving! You can only do it like you do every Saturday night here at the Speedway. If you're in those automobiles, work the headlight switches, honk the horns, work the brake light pedals. If you're turned around, red lights will do. And let's give these big block modified drivers an Orange County family send-off like only the big tailgate party that backstretch can do. Work the headlights, show them some love, as our good friend Bobby Cox would say. Oh, you look great from over here. We wish you could see yourselves. We even got the blue lights going down the back straightaway, and you can only see it here at the Orange County Speedway. Shane, we're about set for the send-off here. The 100-lap Advanced Auto Parts Super Nerd Series feature event. It is Mitchell Wade be in trouble. Boy, that car got bounced to the outside of the speedway. Worked backpedaling through the backstretch. Johnson second. Reggie Urick back there in spot number 3. Rich Gibbs is 4th. And then Alan Johnson, the Timmy Fuller car back there in spot number 5.
Working it down in between the turns. The Franklin Flyer sets up the LJL Racing. He's open up a quick Mitchell looking to get the spot back as they exit 2.
Jimmy Fuller put a good trade challenge on, so Mitch Gibbs picked up the number 4 spot. Gibbs back to spot number 5. But meanwhile, the number 74 car started easily, then is now back to the number 6 spot. A guy who has risen victory lane so many times here in the Speedway. Mr. Brandon, he works in the shadows back there in spot number 6. Can he make a breakdown with the number 5 spot?
Mitch Gibbs off the turn as we keep our eye on progression behind them as Tommy Meyer is up to the 10th spot. Gary Edwards right there in front of him in position number 9 as
some of the best racing goes on deep in the heart of this big block. Urick is third in the punch, and he's got some company real soon, because the company knocking on the front door, it's going to be the 19 car, Jimmy Fuller.
As Tim Fuller sets his way up into the 4th spot right now, down in the corner. Johnson out of Warwick, New York has had a whole lot more seat time here at the Speedway than Timmy Fuller has had, but Fuller, one of the illustrious football career he has had in just a few short years here at the Dirt Motorsports circuit. Fuller continues to do that. Like some Richie holding up the 5 spot, Mr. Brandon. Spot number 6. 7th is the number 93 on Craig Mitchell. Jerry Higbee is back in 8th. Gary Edwards is 9th. And the jumper, Jeff Hetzler, back there in spot number 10. Tommy Meyer rides in 11th. Dale Blake is 13th. Tommy Martin 14th. And 14th, 16th. And 7th.
Spot James Marathon continues down to the inside, trying to get that stuff away from Richie Urick. The number 19 car that can push down back sponsor mount. That is Timmy Fuller and Aaron Richie Urick. The force of that mount, putting on a strong challenge with the other states with a big block competition. And Richie Urick's car is back in the 70s. That guy has been occupying racetracks across the Northeast, always with that beautiful blue number 10 in the door.
And how many races has he won with that beautiful blue number 10 on the side of the door? How about that round number 91? That is Billy Jackson. He is already close in on traffic as he has himself established right now a 4-second lead. Now that 4-second challenge was really starting to fishing as he gets a little
A short stainer on Billy Decker's behalf. No two ways about it. Two cars spin right in front of him. He just literally squeaked by to get by with no damage on the
Frank Cozy, 16th. Frank Jaszembowski, 17th. Dave Franick rides in 18th. 19th is Danny Johnson. Rick Laubach, 20th. Mike DePalma, 21st. Gary Tompkins, 22nd. Matt Shepard is in the
23rd. Here comes Brent Hearn. Hearn on the wild side of things. Slingshots down the back straightaway. Grabs the number 3 spot. Trouble on turn number 2. Don't try this at home. Wait till you go to a friend's house. Wow. How do you like that?
Car up against the wall over there in corner number 2.
Yellow lights off the speedway. Yes, it is Jeremy Mortwell's Lemon Joe's Pizza Shop 79 car. That could have been a lot uglier than what it was. No two ways about it.
Yep, and we've seen it before, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again in the future. Ready to give him the green off of corner number 4 once again. Billy Decker leads. Alan Johnson, Brent Hearn there for the 3rd spot. Tim Fuller rides in 4th, and the Cavalry charges on.
Hearn slides up the banking, and Timmy Fuller, whose car is working very well on the inside, trying to offer challenge to Hearn. Hearn will have nothing to do with it. Grabs back the number 3 spot, puts it in his hip pocket, and will not offer it to Fuller anymore.
As Fuller sits on the bottom side of the speedway, following in the tire tracks of the Jet off the corner number 4. They hang on one car bobbling. That was the 66 of Hensler. How everybody missed him, I will never know.
Another short stainer in turn number 1. No caution comes out to the speedway as Hensler, a true master of big block butterfly camping, from the corner gets squished in
position number 10, he has Dale Plank on the inside of him as the natural takes a look to the inside, couldn't make it work. Pat Ward has made his way up to position number 12. Tommy Meyer right there in position number 13.
Great battle happening beneath the number 6 spot. They went on to number 6, taking door this time. Meanwhile, the 3rd spot challenge begins to get into twitchy down the back straightaway as Timmy Fuller comes alive back there against the efforts of Brent Hearn.
As these guys set these cars up for a late run, and they want to be consistent right now. As it is a
trouble. The car has dropped back several notches. He may have a flat tire on that mount. He was in the hunt for spot number 6, and down the back straightaway, that car, that feeling has just gone away. The air car, a tough break for a solid time. Another guy having trouble on the speedway right now is Jimmy Horton's Millennium Car Wash 42 car. It drops off the pace out of turn number 2. He is picked down from the Sharon Station running out of his jersey back shoe. He's not listed in the back pit wall. He's constantly Horton has been such a fixture in modified competition for so many years. A former regular with the speedway back in the 90s and Lansing was feeling the pride. He did a great job for so many years and certainly that's on the team. Of course, the coach now. Somebody's got the job. as Elbert Boy says, his strategy will.
As your race leader, Captain Johnson, for Gibbsman, Edwards is ninth, Dale Blake,
third spot, that goes on. Herman outside the speed, turn number 2, and here comes Timmy Fuller. Fuller trying to close the gap on the inside. Then the back on speed. When's the last time you saw that happen?
of course, Pete had his provisional here this evening. Tim Fuller will be here by this is allowing the 174 to close in.
He's coming inside the number 2 place battle. Alan Johnson, AJ Slideway has it in his hip pocket, but now having trouble in that traffic. And James catch up back there in the number 3 spot. Miller takes it all in his pocket. He's still 5th. And Mitchell back there in the number 6 spot knows that he's in store for him. Watch the second place battle up the back away.
Hearn had to go around the top side to Jimmy Phelps to get back there. Tim Fuller close for him. Was able to close. He was able to open up some distance over the
Jagger got hunched up behind the 53 Joe Carmen to the outside, and this is the chance that Alan Johnson can really close that gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, here again, Billy Miller does the old orange and spent a little bit of time behind the 53 car.
We're in a professional racer. Down quick, especially when you're down the baseline. This is a he just doesn't get down here to the show that often.
A 4th place challenge was almost in the hat down on the 2. We saw Timmy Fuller just Bob for a split second, and the challenge was Mitch Gibbs. Don't kill Mitch Gibbs from the bench. He's the guy that's got lots of offers outside the game.
When he comes down here for the Eastern States, about 5 years ago.
I do believe you're right about that. Gibbs out of North Norwich, and he also put good blocks to the team. Works down the back middle, like just one car that can come to the ground to himself. That being the production of Timmy Fuller. Now the win down the inside. Second place is still number 14 of Alan Johnson. And now we see the leader working cautiously through lap traffic at turn 3.
Another battle. For position number 6 and 7. Mitchell has the 6 spot. Right there with them as they race their way through.
Second place man Alan Johnson. AJ Slideways on the outside, back. Now he's got it again. Looks back on the outside as he doesn't know exactly where Herman is.
They race down into the turn. Right there, striking distance, only 3 car lengths behind us.
Keep your eyes on that. He's getting keyed into the last couple of laps as a 6 and 6 car. Defending track champion this year. That car is getting lightning quick. Corner number 3 and 4. 40 laps will be complete this time. It's down to Alan Johnson's side. Mitch Gibbs 5th. Craig Dixon 6th. Jeff Hudson 7th. Jerry Hemphill. Gary Evans 9th. Dale Blake 6th and 10th. Ken Ward 11th. Tommy Myers 12th. And Shepard, who's running back in position number 29, is up to the 16th position. Jeff Hensler with the pass in the field. He has made his way up to the number 6 spot. And he is coming through the pack very, very quickly. Jeff had some trouble doing the caution. And he is a man on a mission right now, driving like a modified possessed in the field. He's got himself it looks like that's being Butchie Tittle's car. Tittle is in trouble. Shuts off the number R2Z car. And he is taking that car back to the Z pit area.
The pit area will be the place he will park his car. And he races on. Gets over the halfway, 4.1.
They'll work it on a turn number 4 this time. Callan across the straight. AJ Snyder still has that notch, but not by far. Right there, working in the shadows. He is going to have to take some red hurt all over. There's no sags, no bunches, no pills. I can take care of that down the back straightaway. Verne keeps his sights set on the number 3 spot. It's still coming over in spot number 4. James in spot 5. And here comes the Jeffer back in spot number 6.
Working it through the turns. And that lead is opening. 4.5 seconds. He has a slower power.
become just like a regular Saturday night run. County Speedway. These could tell a whole different story. Which is a flat tire on the 22G car. We have got yellow on the Speedway on lap number 67. And a guy that was doing such a great drive in the top 10 all night long. What do you see? Becker slow down very quickly down the straightaway also.
And Gibbs is going to try and get around a right rear flat on the number 22G machine. Alan Barber is the crew chief on that race car. The last Kenyon Owen Passing Concrete Kenyon press ride out of North Norwich, New York. This team is going to have to hustle as he lives down, as he works his way down into corner number 3 and 4.
Well, you know, we talked about tire wear. Corey Reed just brought up a very good Hetzler earlier, but now could tire wear become the factor on a full moon night here in the 5/8 mile hard clay?
They had their choice of hards or extra hards on the right rear here tonight, and coming in because a lot of guys here, aside from maybe Hetzler, McKee, Higbee, guys that don't do a lot of traveling but do enough to know that the track is going to change. That's the advantage the series guys have.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, 30 more laps around the lightning fast 5/8 mile hard clay in Middletown, New York. It is going to take the whole speed. 6,000 mile picture.
To the inside of the 14J of Alan Johnson. Couldn't make it work. Fuller rides in fourth. Hetzler is 5th. Here comes the number 47 of Higbee. Knocking on the back doors. They head to 3.
No two ways about it. Now these guys got to have a big sigh of relief aboard these.
Working it down the back stretch. This time we will have 73 laps complete for Billy Decker. Alan Johnson still there for second. And Brent Hearn in third. No change in the top 3 as they motor their cars off a corner.
The second maiden poker sponsored car in this event, at doing spot number 4, that being Timmy Fuller out of Edwards, New York, runs a staunch fourth place with
One thing we got to talk about with Brent Hearn running in position number 3 right now, Tim, is the fact that Hearn had himself a pretty dry streak in the Advanced Auto Parts Super Dirt Series. Finishes outside of the top 20 races in a row.
Well, it appears that the power plant is working to peak perfection out here. A brand new power plant they had a molded that car after 2 Saturday nights ago when it extinguished on the speedway. Put a brand new to pull on the order.
Well, right now it looks like he picked the right one. It's pretty stout. It's doing the job he needs it to do. He may be sitting back there saying, okay, I know I've got a good place now. I don't need to push it. I can look at the big guys and he's chasing in corners when he passed it.
And when you're as close to the front of the pack as the spot number 3 might be for Hearn right now, if he does have anything for these guys, he can wait until the last 10 or 15 laps.
And you know, he just might be doing that right now. Jeff Hetzler back on the line.
Remember the extra distance event, they've got spotters aboard these haulers right now telling them, okay, 3 lead, 4 lead, that's how much space you got to kill yourself on next one. With that, so much expect to get will turn the juice back in the radio.
Alan Johnson second, Brett Hearn third, Tim Fuller fourth, Jeff Hetzler fifth, Jerry Hickey sixth, Dave Mitchell seventh, Gary Edwards Pat Ward is 10th, Tom Skibinski just told me that they finished the winning round right now. Alan Johnson will have a 1-4 over Billy Decker in the Advanced Auto Parts Modified Super Dirt Series race. As they race their way off of corner number 4, here at the hard play, the 5-8 mile. Orange County Speedway, and what a show is a battle for
as you mentioned, as the laps tick on and time winds down, lap traffic may not offer a challenge at the checkered flag area because Decker is running a good Meanwhile, it appears that Alan Johnson has moved away from that space between himself and number 2 Alan Johnson getting bigger and bigger. But could Alan Johnson pull Fluffy from the hat?
Well, we have a saying up in Central New York, when the track gets slicker, AJ gets quicker. Right now, I believe that Decker is over Alan Johnson with 1 second flat. No traffic in front of the race leader, Alan Johnson. At the turn, he has made some
Decker's got to be a happy man, but right about now is the time of the race when you start hearing all the rattles and vibrations and clicks and ticks and more than the block modified product.
Billy Decker holding close to 1 second over Alan Johnson. Johnson on the ground, 1 second. So second place, Alan Johnson as he rides in third.
Field comes out of turn before this time down across the stripe. The race leader, Alan Johnson. Jimmy Fuller fourth. Jeff Hetzler in spot number 5. Jerry Hickey closes in spot number 6. Then in 7th is which is still spot number 4. And Pat Ward rounds out the top 10 running order.
Corner number 2, they ride. Tommy Gary Tompkins says 16. This shot 17. 19. Mike DePalma.
Gary Edwards makes his, the number 91 car of Billy Decker makes his way out turn number 4. I don't think that traffic will offer a change of complexion at the checkered flag.
I think you're absolutely right, Tim. If anything, Alan Johnson is going to be looking to change the complexion. That last was only 0.1 of a second. Billy Decker looks like he's closing in off of 4.
He is getting quicker through the turns of the speedway. Down the straightaways, Decker is even but through the turns, Allen is using just a little bit more conservative line, chops off the distance, and passes the turn just a tad bit quicker. If he's going to close the lap, it's going to be the turns. I'll tell you what, oh my God, to do so.
That last lap, he picked up a 10th of a second. Let's see how it comes down. Lap number 91 is in the record books, and Billy Decker, race leader Alan Johnson in 7th. The lead is back up to 0.8 of a second for Billy Decker. Traffic just might be a play in this one. It's the straightaway ahead of Billy Decker.
He's winding down now, working down the left corner. Spot Jimmy Fuller is 4th. Jeff Hetzler back there in spot number 5. Hetzler getting quicker as laps tick on. It could be a late race jump into the 4th spot. Alan Jeffler back there. Taking number 66 car. Certainly has got within shooting distance right now. Jimmy Fuller's number 19 car.
Number 2, AJ. Billy Decker. With the bottom on it. Billy says he's only about 4 car lengths behind. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will see if he is coming down. Lap number 93. And it's 0.7 of a second lead for Billy Decker with 7 to go.
Decker may be eyeing up the number 118 car, wondering if he will see a checkered flag before he reaches the tail side of the number 118 De Palma. He has got a lot of lap traffic in front of De Palma that he may have to worry about, but now the guy back there in spot number 2 is getting quicker and quicker as the checkered flag begins to get prepared. Alan Johnson is right there in the number 2 spot. He sees the number 118 right there in the mix. It may be a last lap challenge in lap traffic. Let's watch him now down the back straightaway.
The turn, we will have a handful of laps to go.
It is far from over yet. Only 4.5 laps remain, but Decker goes down the back straightaway. He will have to deal with lap traffic. He sees the Palma in front of him. Does he know just how close the number 2 man is to the mix?
Well, let's see if he does. As he has a number 4, he knows that there's somebody behind him. As Decker goes to the top side, he gets around to Palma, gives himself a little buffer. Here comes Hearn challenging Johnson off the 2.
Hearn back there in the number 3 spot, getting quick through the turns right now. Fuller is still 4th. Hetzler back there in spot 5. Higby is 6th. The top 5 will change before the checkered flag comes out here tonight.
As they race their way down into point number 3 and 4, 3 laps will remain this time. Decker takes him up, and Alan Johnson is caught behind Mike DePalma. He did not get behind the field around the 118 and Timmy Wade closing in off of corner number 2 as Fuller is now up to 3rd.
Fuller picked up the number 3 spot, put Hearn back to spot number 4, and don't discount the efforts of Jeff Hetzler tonight. Hetzler back there in the number 5 spot, and he may be able to make a late race challenge for the number 4 bid. Watch him down in 1 and 2. They're caught behind the 118 of the Palma.
Working it down the bank straight away as the number 74 of Hearn trying to hold on. Jeff Hetzler, 66. This time by.
Time winds down right now. It all comes down to 4 more left-hand turns in the speedway. The white flag is up in the air. Billy Decker can see the writing of a paycheck already, but now working in the number 2 spot down to the inside. Watch him out of turn 2.
Final time into corner number 3 and 4. It is going to be Billy Decker, the number 9. Leading the field down the field. And Hetzler gets by Hearn. Hetzler takes the 4th spot away from Hearn. Final time. Billy Decker wins the 100 inside spot will go to the number 14 machine of Alan Johnson. Tim Fuller will cross in position number 3. Jeff Hetzler will finish in position.
Syracuse more than once in his career, and a guy that can offer the greatest challenge in an extra distance event. He has now won the big check here at Middletown, New York, and I'll tell you what, taking a look at that right rear, it doesn't look too shabby at all. Must have chosen extra hard. We'll talk to him about.
Well, we can hear you now as he climbs out of the car, winning the 100-lap feature at Billy Decker. It suddenly got a little bit breezier out here in Middletown, didn't it, Billy?
Sure did. The Justin Wholesaler car was awesome. I can't thank John White and LJL Racing and Scott and Mike and the boys for working so hard on the car. This is easily the best car we've had at Orange County. It was really balanced tonight and fun to drive.
Let's talk about rhythm versus lap traffic. It seemed like every time you got a good rhythm build up, you had to change the whole strategy and work with lap traffic.
Well, actually, the lap traffic was fairly cordial tonight. Once I show them the wheels, they give me plenty of room. But you know, when the car is balanced as good as it is, it makes everything else easier. And the track rubbered up a little bit, but it seemed to be a wide rubber where it wasn't totally locked down, so you could get alongside somebody, roll them. And we're fortunate to catch them when we did, and have the ease with them that we did have.
Now your choice, of course, on tires tonight, hard or extra hard. You come to the hard clay. Did you choose an extra hard for that right rear, or don't you want to tell?
No, we had a hard on, just, well, that didn't sound right. But it was a hard compound, and the track was pretty good. But when the car is balanced, I was just driving it around, trying to keep it straight and conserve that right rear as best we could, and it worked out pretty well.
Now looking at the right rear, of course, yeah, it shows signs of wear, but still got a lot of tread on it. You got to be happy with that kind of a feeling on a track surface like this.
Yeah, I am. I think Al was being sporty there early, just trying not to race. He knows as best of anybody on how you got to be there at the end of these races. So he wasn't trying to race me hard there early, and you know, he probably could have run all over me. And we just basically, once I opened up a little bit of lead, I tried to take my time and keep the car as straight as possible. And fortunately, we didn't have a restart there, so he could turn the wick up at the end.
Now, having point leader Alan Johnson right there in the number 2 notch, did you quite think that maybe he had some more cards that he wasn't showing and would offer him at the last 5 or 10 laps?
Well, you know, like I said, Al's a very patient racer, probably one of the best in the business, without a doubt. And I know after you rode around there for 10 laps that it was, you know, you're going to have to take care of that right rear, and I'm sure Al learned it probably 5. He's probably twice as fast a learner as I am. And so I don't think he was running very hard. and fortunately that let me not have to run very hard, and subsequently, well, you know, you need to finish. And
always a force to be reckoned with here at the Orange County Speedway as an outside invader. Got to be happy with your overall results tonight. Got to feel good now, of course, when you come back late in the season for Eastern States.
Sure does. You know, this is a really tough house to win in, and anytime you can come here and win a race, you feel like you got away with one.
Billy Decker, you bested the ball tonight. Got to be a good feeling. $6,000, not too shabby.
No, I'm delighted to death with it. I just, I know Carl was here tonight, but he's a little more agile than I am. I wasn't doing a backflip off the side of the car.
No, that's okay. We won't look for that. Billy Decker, congratulations on a drive well done here at the Orange County Speedway tonight. Picking up a Super Dirt Series victory brought to us by Advance Auto Parts and Cedar Ridge RV Sales. A $6,000 paycheck will be prepared with Billy Decker's name on it. Now, a guy who kept his eyes on the race leader the entire distance, AJ Slideways, Alan Johnson, still up there in the hunt, of course, for the Super Dirt Series point lead. That's going to be a good feeling knowing that you secured it all the more now here in Middletown tonight.
Oh yeah, you know, just being able to run with these guys this year has been a treat. You know, Jeff's given me a competitive car every time out. We got a chance of winning every time out. This car has just been fantastic. And tonight was another night. The car was just right on. And you know, I got to thank Jerry Higbee. We lost a transmission in time trials, and we didn't have one. And he gave us one to put in it, so it kept us going. Without that, we'd have been in a lot of trouble. And I thank him and thank the guys. I've never seen anybody change the transmission so fast. Some guys did a great job.
Boy, that could have built up a real sweaty brow, being you were the point leader coming into it without a transmission. Yeah, big thanks to a fellow sportsman like Jerry Higbee for his efforts tonight. Hey, tell us a little bit. Your tire looks a little bit better. Your right rear looks a little bit better than race leader Billy Decker's. Hard, extra hard?
It's a hard, yeah. Well, he's a little faster. He's a little harder on his tires.
No two ways about it. Hey, got to be a good feeling. An outside invader. Second place, points lead continues. A good feeling.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's great. Week in and week out, we have a great car. We're competitive every week, and it's you know it's a lot more fun to come to the races now, knowing we got a chance to win.
Folks from NativePoker.com, going to be happy. Second and third place finish tonight with the NativePoker.com name on the side of the cars.
Yeah, you know, and we do. We owe it all to them. You know that with their sponsorship, that it brought us up to be able to run with these guys. I mean, you know, Jeff does all he can, but you know, everybody knows how expensive these things are to run, and without Native Poker, we definitely wouldn't be up front.
One of the true veterans of big block modified racing into the world of dirt motorsports. Well, I'll tell you what, back up in the world, it could be your season again.
Well, we just got to keep it going. You know, we've been consistent, and we're just going to try to stay that way.
Alan Johnson, AJ Slideways, congratulations, a great runner-up finish tonight. Not too great, second place finish. Third spot was Timmy Fuller, a guy that has enjoyed a lot of success here at the Speedway. And I'll tell you what, boy, your season's starting to take shape very well, too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay in these points, you know, and we had a pretty rough start there, coming out 25th at Hagerstown, but all in all, I mean, we're bouncing back, and we're staying at least in the playoff.
Now, the top two guys, of course, they had a little bit easier of a time maintaining spots number 1 and 2. You back there in third, you had, of course, earlier Mitch Gibbs to deal with, then you had Brett Hearn to deal with. Last couple of laps, you also had Jeff Hessler to deal with. A lot more sweat on your brow than the top two guys did.
Yeah, you know, that was the biggest thing. You couldn't move out of the line, you know, and Brett, he moved up a little bit on that lap car, and I snuck up and under there. And I mean, the first 20 laps of this race was just unbelievable. This is the way it should be, you know, top to bottom and wherever, and then it locked down with rubber, and you don't want to get out of that groove.
First half of the night, it was the Orange County regulars that rose to the top. Last half now, it seemed to be top 3 finishes for outside invaders. Got to be a good feeling for you knowing that no matter where you set down on, you have a good top 5 car.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, we've been pretty good everywhere we go, but just pretty good, you know, and, you know, the wins will come. You hang around in the top 5 long enough, you're going to grab a couple wins.
Well, again, like we told Alan, folks from NativePoker.com got to be happy. Hey, their car's finishing second and third tonight. Make that a couple of notches better from Eastern States, and we'll talk to you again.
Exactly, you know, and NativePoker.com, John Lazor, those guys have been behind me, and it really helps.
No two ways about it. Been behind the world of dirt motorsports for some time. We got to thank you again. Hey, congratulations. Great run here tonight in Middletown.
Thank you. Thank you.
Timmy Fuller, ladies and gentlemen, picking up a third spot finish here tonight in Middletown, New York, as the top 3 get together.